Hey, what's up everybody? It is Dibes, Mr. Crockpot on Twitter. Today, we are breaking down my top 10 tight ends in the 2024 NFL Draft. Guys, if you love the draft and you want more draft content, you know what to do. Smash that subscribe button. Let's go. Tight end Brock Bowers possesses the characteristics, attributes, and skill set to be a cornerstone of an NFL franchise. A cornerstone such as Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce, where the offense is dialed around him and changes an entire offense. His acumen as a blocker and his athleticism as a pass catcher set him apart as the undisputed tight end number 1 in the 2024 NFL Draft. Brock Bowers is a true dual threat at the tight end position. He's able to be packaged around any offensive style, whether it's run heavy, RPO, spread, or even West Coast. Bowers brings a unique package of size, speed, and athleticism, and football IQ. He's a good route runner with impressive flexibility where he's fluent at the top of his routes. Whether he's wide open or heavily guarded, Bowers displays elite ball skills and reliability at every catch point. He's known for his yak ability, leading all tight ends in yards after the catch, amassing an impressive near 500 yards. He displays a wide catch radius while demonstrating elite hand-eye coordination. He's also got outstanding strength, balance, and body control, making him a force on the football field. Brock Bowers doesn't display many weaknesses, but even though he shows fluentness as a route runner, there's room for improvement in mastering the full route tree. NFL offenses are more complex, and his occasional mistiming can hinder play execution and throw off timing for the quarterback. He does lack a variety of release moves, which could affect his play on and off the line of scrimmage. Overall, Brock Bowers is nothing short of generational. The Georgia junior tight end will dominate on the NFL stage with his playmaking ability from day one. Bowers is a mismatch against any defense with the ability to line up outside or on the line. I've got a top 10 grade on Brock Bowers. Let's watch some highlights.
Here's Beck. He's got Bowers. Bowers. Touchdown! Brock Bowers. Beck. Plenty of time. Down the middle. Guess who? Brock Bowers. Bowers heading to the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia. Beck. Off play action. Throw is complete to Bowers again. Brock Bowers trying to drag him down. Bowers is wide open. Touchdown. Drives 75, 82, and 95. And here they come again. Brock Bowers. How did he get so wide open? In motion. Beck comes the other way. Throws to Bowers. Touchdown, Georgia.
And so far for Carson Beck, he's 2 for 4 throwing. Look at a throw here. Dumps it off short. There is Bowers. Bowers slips through a tackle. Into UT Martin territory. And coming back to center. It's a big lift for this team. And there is Bowers. Touchdown. Got the ball.
That one to the outside, and Bowers down the sideline.
JT Sanders quickly became a favorite target of Quinn Ewers across the 2022 campaign, amassing 54 catches for 613 yards and 5 touchdowns as a redshirt freshman. In the 2023 regular season, he caught 39 passes for 607 yards and 2 touchdowns, averaging over 15 yards per catch. At 6'4" and 249 pounds, JT Sanders offers great size and length and plus blocking, but the bulk of his appeal comes from his fleet-footed athleticism, certifiably elite catching instincts, and run after the catch ability. This is a natural athlete who can high point the football with ease in traffic and has very good hands. You see the separation ability vertically up the field. The wide receiver background is painfully obvious and apparent when you watch this guy on tape. And for being so green as a tight end, I've been impressed with his efforts as a blocker and flex player when asked to win off the edge of a defense as well. Sanders shows great strain as a blocker and is assertive to close space on second-level defenders or defensive backs. His functional strength affords him with enough anchor to win against linebackers and safeties. JT Sanders' route running ability can be further accentuated by more refined releases out of the blocks, a better ability to get through contact quickly, and more precision with his footwork at the top of the stem. He has the ability to be a separator while flexed and detached from the formation, but I just don't think he's there yet. personal development is going to be required to master his craft if we are going to see this guy at his full potential. Overall, JT Sanders has proven himself to be a dangerous weapon in the passing game, showcasing reliable hands and solid ball skills, competitive toughness at the top of the route, and effective run after catch skills. Sprinkle in a serviceable level of blocking ability and strong effort, and you have a player who could hear his name called sometime in round 1 or the top of round 2. Let's watch some highlights.
12 dudes, and you defeat the line of scrimmage, you often win.
Right down the middle. Jatavion Sanders is free. And a touchdown.
Ewers still has it and finds his tight end. Sanders, big man, rumbling free. Gets a block. Stiff arm. Lowers the shoulder.
Kicks out on the play action. Easy first down. Ewers gets rid of it quickly to Sanders. And there was a defender in the area. Offense in general, but specifically Sawyer Robertson. Ewers downfield. What a grab. One hand. Jatavion Sanders is loose. Stiff arming at the 25. And finally.
Here's some trickery. It's a flea flicker. And it works to perfection.
As Murphy's in trouble here, gets rid of it. His arm is hit. He floats that one. And it's...
First quarter's been all Texas. Ewers with time. There's the big fella.
Goes at their best TV. Ewers. Oh, they stuck a man wide open, and it's Sanders. Eludes a man. Ewers looking that direction. Hit as he throws, but it's complete across the middle, and it is.
Cade Stover is a tough, rugged tight end prospect who is still learning the ropes of the position. Stover is an explosive athlete. He flies out of his stance and has no issue cutting side to side to beat coverage at the line. Cade Stover is explosive out of his breaks as well, in part because he's such a smooth and flexible mover for someone listed over 250 pounds. Cade Stover also brings awesome ball skills to the table. He's a natural at adjusting to and plucking the ball from the air, despite not having played the position for very long. Stover fights through defenders at the catch point very well too. He will be a safety blanket for his future quarterback, no doubt about it. Not only is Stover a potential game changer at the catch point, but he's also a stellar run after the catch threat. He's agile enough to offset defenders, and he can relentlessly churn through contact and tackle attempts with his physicality, contact balance, and forward pressing style. When it comes to negatives, Cade Stover can look uncomfortable and unsure when working through traffic. Whether it's sifting through zones or trying to get through traffic on mesh concepts, Stover doesn't always move at full speed and settle down in the right spots with urgency. Stover is also a work in progress as a blocker. When it comes to size and strength, he's got all of it. Stover can move people once he gets attached, and he's a pretty versatile blocker in terms of how he can be used. However, Stover too often forgets to drive his feet and he falls off blocks all the time. That can and should be fixed with more reps and NFL coaching. Overall, while Cade Stover doesn't have quite the elite athletic upside of other prospects, he can be a quality NFL starter early and utility on all 3 downs. Stover is a brute at the position who may never be a high ceiling pass catcher, but he can absolutely win you real estate on the ground and be a chain mover in the pass game thanks to some strong hands and a big frame to box out defenders. The allure of some untapped potential could sell him to teams as a developmental starter, and I see him as a day 2 selection. Let's watch some highlights.
Stroud rolls to his left and now throws back to a right, and wide open is Stover, who somersaults for a touchdown.
McCord again to throw it over the middle. Caught by Stover. Can Stroud pay it off? Deep drop, sets over the middle. Caught. Stover breaks a tackle. Still on the move.
And Stroud still got it, and he just flips it into the end zone to Stover again.
Farther to the bottom. McCord going down the seam. He's got his tight end on the run. Stover still up. McCord down the middle. Got it to the tight end. Breaking
Anderson and Williams in the backfield. Stroud is throwing, and Cade Stover, he's caught at 40-yard line, still on his feet.
He's an outstanding defensive end.
Gas got him.
There it is, post pattern, and it is caught.
Keep away last week, Youngstown State did. McCord down the middle, puts it right on the money for Stover, the tight end, and he
gain of 60 to put him inside the 15, and now McCord throws another one. Cade Stover.
Stroud winds up again in the seam.
Each other.
I wonder if he knows it's up top. This time, good throw. And that's the first catch of the night.
Ben Sinnott started his career as an undersized walk-on fullback, but has bulked up to 6'4", 245 pounds, and by the end of last season, he turned into one of quarterback Will Howard's most trusted clutch receivers. Let's talk about strengths. Ben Sinnott is versatile enough to be used across the foundation at the next level and will be valuable to his coaches. He has excellent shiftiness and elite flexibility with his hips. He's a reliable receiver who makes technical film room style receptions. Ben Sinnott's quickness out of his breaks is as elite as it gets. He dominates voids against zone and has no problem separating versus man coverage. He quickly enters his routes and throttles his stem, which helps him snap his body out of breaks. Ben Sinnott has the controlled play speed to help open up everything else for the offense. And then we get to areas to improve upon. The landing spot is vital for Ben Sinnott. Sinnott would thrive in an offense with an already established blocking tight end. Sinnott lacks the size to be a true inline blocker at the NFL level. He simply doesn't have the room to pack on muscle for the play strength to hold up against defensive linemen or edge defenders. Likewise, he shouldn't be asked to be a key blocker on the play side unless it's as a lead blocker at the second level. He also lacks the raw athleticism of the more dynamic hybrid tight ends. Sinnott is a short strider, which helps his agility but also limits his long speed in the open field. In summary, Ben Sinnott projects best as an important rotational tight end or H-back at the NFL level, though he has starting upside if he lands in the right situation. He could well slip through the cracks due to his unremarkable physique and the fact that he isn't truly exceptional at anything. That said, his versatility is exceptional, which could allow creative offensive coordinators to utilize him as a really fun chess piece at the NFL level. Ben Sinnott won't be for every team, and offenses that depend on bigger tight ends to act as an extra lineman will likely need to look elsewhere. However, he could be an important role player in an offense that uses a lot of scheme separation, screenplays, and passes to secondary receiving options off of misdirection. Right now, I've got an end of day 2, early day 3 grade on Ben Sinnott. Let's watch some highlights.
On 2nd and 6, Howard throws wide open to Sinnott. What a catch! Inside the 40, stays upright. And they finally get a bunch of Tigers.
Sinnott. That area on that play.
Howard fakes the screen, now launches down the sideline. It's pulled in by Ben Sinnott.
That's absolutely one of the hardest passes to catch right there.
2nd and 10. Here's Howard stepping up in the pocket. Now flush to the right. Back of the end zone. Caught for a touchdown. Ben Sinnott.
And this pass back of the end zone for the touchdown. It's Sinnott roaring out to the opening score.
And the Wildcats come out throwing. What a route by Sinnott.
2nd and goal. Howard still has it. Back of the end zone, wide open, Ben Sinnott.
On a 3rd and goal. Howard drifts back to the end zone. Touchdown, Ben Sinnott.
3rd down and 6 for Howard.
Beautiful catch by Sinnott.
Look at him go. Ben Sinnott looking for a block.
When it comes to Brevyn Spann-Ford, obviously you gotta start with the measurables. Outstanding height at 6'7" and 268 pounds. He's hilariously big with a tremendous wingspan and catch radius. He's even surprisingly athletic with the ball in his hands. Spann-Ford collected several hurdles over defenders in 2023, which is crazy given his size and weight. He's also got some interesting versatility. Minnesota moved him all around the formation, typically as an H-back and occasionally in the slot. When it comes to weaknesses, what you see is what you get when it comes to Brevyn Spann-Ford. This will be a 24-year-old rookie tight end, so that may draw teams away. He also needs to improve his consistency as a blocker in run support. His route running is about average, and his get-off at the line of scrimmage is nothing to scream home about. I've got a few questions about him as a prospect. Is he a capable enough receiver at the next level to be a viable option on early day 3? Will his height at 6'7" in modern NFL offenses be an issue with leverage? It was really great to see him catch a touchdown pass from Spencer Rattler during last week's Reese's Senior Bowl, and how he answers those questions throughout the draft process will be huge. Due to his elite physical foundation, I project Brevyn Spann-Ford as a big-time target in the middle of the field, red zone weapon, and a major contested catch playmaker. He may face a transition to the pro game, but then again, most tight ends do. I think his best fit is in a spread offense that wants to utilize versatile tight ends as a chess piece in the pass game and aggressive blocking tight ends in a zone-heavy run game. In summary, Brevyn Spann-Ford is a versatile, developmental wide tight end prospect with solid athleticism and rare physical frame, who in the right scheme could have a lot of upside. Right now, I've got an early day 3 grade on Brevyn Spann-Ford. Let's watch some highlights.
7 offensive linemen. Kramer's going to throw it. He's got a man wide open. Touchdown. Brevyn Spann-Ford.
Manis, as they will get it to the big tight end who goes high hurtling. Brevyn Spann-Ford.
Oh, it's 3-on-3. There it's wide open.
And it's Spann-Ford in man coverage, slipping away. Spann-Ford looking for the edge.
Down record. They get the touchdown with Spann-Ford.
Kelly Akmanis again to Brevyn Spann-Ford.
Tanner Morgan over the middle, caught. Spann-Ford, the tight.
Minnesota. Kelly Akmanis, play action, another completion, heading towards the end zone.
2nd and 9. Akmanis has got a man open. Hits his tight end, Brevyn Spann-Ford.
Morgan pulls it out, fires far side. He's got his receiver, Spann-Ford, and he's stumped.
Multiple blockers available.
He's at the top of your screen and trying to get to Morgan and drops it down to Brevyn Spann-Ford.
North Carolina's Bryson Nesbit is another tight end who will likely be used as a pass catcher in the NFL. Bryson Nesbit started 2023 slowly, but as the season went on, he started to heat up as one of Drake May's go-to targets, showing NFL evaluators what he'll be able to do at the professional level. He ended the 12-game slate with 41 catches for 585 yards and 5 scores. Let's talk about strengths. At 6'6" and 245 pounds, Nesbit is tailor-made to be a seam threat in the NFL. He's not the best blocker in the class, but as a designated receiving threat, Nesbit can be a mismatch with his explosive athleticism, flexibility when attacking zones, and his natural ball tracking ability in their intermediate and deep thirds. As a receiver, he shows the speed to work downfield, having averaged 14.3 yards per catch in 2023. He also shows impressive agility and does a great job of making the tough catch on passes underthrown. And then we get to weaknesses. As a blocker, he has limited experience, having mainly lined up on the outside for the Tar Heels. When asked to block, he shows about average power and will most likely not be able to hold up against defensive ends or even linebackers in the NFL. He seems comfortable in traffic to the point where Nesbit doesn't make the effort to create separation. He's got inconsistency with his release off the line of scrimmage, as well as about average size and power for the position, and you'll never see him overwhelm opponents with his play strength. In summary, Bryson Nesbit is a big slot, vertical threat type of receiver whose bread and butter will be seam balls beyond the second level and fade balls in the end zone. Nesbit is an excellent fit for a team looking for an offensive weapon at tight end. As we currently stand, I have a day 3 grade on Bryson Nesbit with upside to the back end of day 2 if he tests well during the upcoming draft process. Let's watch some highlights.
Made a throw. Shot to the end zone for Nesbit again. He caught it. Their flag's down. It's a touchdown for Bryson Nesbit.
Second and 5. Hampton ran for 197 yards against Miami. Down the sideline. Open man. To the end zone. And a touchdown.
Off the pump fake. Looking to the 5 to his tight end Nesbit. And he's in for the score.
Spread it out inside the 25. May taking a shot, going for Nesbit, and Nesbit pulls it in. Touchdown.
Just a simple slot fade, one-on-one man-to-man coverage.
Defensive line. 3rd and 9. Pressure coming from the perimeter on May. Down the seam, Nesbit. 4 minutes gone, second quarter. May loads for Nesbit. Caught it in stride. Bryson keeps his feet to the 25. And British Brook stays in the game. Going to fake the handoff to Walker. May wants to take the shot. There's Nesbit caught at the 30. Bryson spins inside the 25.
Tight end A.J. Barner looks like a big-time sleeper in this year's draft. And if you're looking for a solid tight end number 2 on your roster, this is one of the more underrated prospects. Barner spent the first 3 years of his college career at Indiana before transferring to Michigan for his senior season. He doesn't have the receiving stats that normally get evaluators excited. However, he has the size and traits to appeal to almost every offense in the NFL. A.J. Barner has prototypical size at 6'6", 250 pounds with good length, mass, and athletic upside. He has the ability to line up all over the offensive formation and is a quality blocker in both the run and pass game. He's strong enough to stand up to edge defenders and athletic enough to block off-ball linebackers or defenders in space. While he wasn't a primary receiving option at either Indiana or Michigan, Barner has always been effective when the ball went his way. He has the strength to fight for yards after the catch as a check down option, as well as enough build-up speed to attack the seam vertically. When it comes to weaknesses, he has to improve his ability as a consistent receiving threat. He doesn't have great short area quickness, and he needs to learn how to be better at using his plus measurables when the ball is in the air. He's also not an elite athlete. His speed is much more of the build-up variety, which can allow coverage players to stay with him on intermediate routes. Overall, A.J. Barner projects as a good number 2 tight end for most teams, with the upside to become a starting tight end with a bit of development. He needs to become a more consistent receiver to unlock his upside, which may take some time. But right now, I see him as a day 3 guy with upside for day 2 if he performs well during the draft process, which is absolutely possible. Let's watch some highlights. Versatility is becoming a common theme for tight end prospects in the modern era of NFL football. The traditional inline tight end molds are still viable in their way, but having a player who can fill unique roles and wear many different hats is becoming more and more coveted, especially for offensive coordinators looking to stay one step ahead. As a senior in 2023, Jahim Bell's surface stats weren't crazy impressive, but he had a notable quarterback rating when targeted of 117.7. Let's talk about strengths. Jahim Bell is a natural receiver who shows extremely soft hands. He is also a physical runner after the catch and could see some carries if lined up as a fullback. Bell displays a quick release off the snap with impressive bursts and has very good short area quickness with the ability to stop and go on a dime. He attacks the ball like a power forward and understands how to expose weak spots in coverage. While he's still a work in progress as a route runner, he is more than serviceable in this area. And then we get to areas to improve upon. Jahim Bell will likely fall in the 2024 NFL Draft due to a lack of a natural position. He was not asked to play as an inline tight end very much at Florida State, and his lack of size at 6'3", 239 pounds will likely hurt his chances of fulfilling that role in the NFL. He also lacks the elite athletic ability to consistently win outside against NFL linebackers. His best fit may be as a fullback, which is not a very valued position at the next level. Florida State's Jahim Bell has a lot to offer. He's never been an elite producer, but he's a hyper-dense, run-after-the-catch threat with a high-level blend of explosiveness and contact balance. Bell is the definition of a flex option tight end and can be moved around pre-snap in various alignments. I love how Bell attacks the ball in the air and his ability to find weak spots in coverage. I simply love the way Jahim Bell attacks the ball in the air. He's still scratching the surface of his ability, and he's got super intrigue as a potential fullback, H-back, in sub packages. Right now, I've got an early day 3 grade on Jahim Bell. Let's watch some highlights. One of the biggest sleepers in the 2024 NFL Draft is TCU's Jared Wiley. During the 2023 season, he wrapped up his college career with a career-high 47 catches for 520 yards and 8 touchdowns. Those numbers earned him a spot on the All-Big 12 first team. Let's talk about strengths. Jared Wiley is a receiving threat on all 3 levels with agility in the open field and some really impressive hands. He had a crazy one-handed catch against Colorado, which was really impressive. He also shows impressive quickness for a 6'7", 260-pound tight end and can be a vertical threat evidenced by his 81-yard touchdown reception against Baylor this season. In addition to his size, he's a powerful tight end who is tough to take down after the catch. When it comes to blocking, Jared Wiley is an aggressive blocker who is always looking for someone to hit. With a little more technique, he could be one of the better blocking tight ends in the 2024 draft. He has experience with his hand in the dirt, flexed out in space, and has a sneaky amount of athleticism at his size that I expect to surprise some people during the draft process. When it comes to areas to improve upon, despite his physical playstyle, Wiley simply does not create after the catch at a top tier level. He also struggles to create separation on his own. TCU did a great job skimming him open in the flat and up the seam quite often, but when he is forced to beat his man, there's typically near zero separation. He's also an older tight end prospect and will be 24 years old before his rookie season ends. Wiley also took 5 seasons to eclipse just 250 receiving yards, or even 7% of his team's receiving yards. In summary, Jared Wiley has all the makings of an elite tight end. He can block, catch passes, and is fast. At 6'7", he has an NFL build, and he's a natural playmaker. Jared Wiley presents a solid combination of physical play with elite hands as a receiver. If paired with a quarterback that trusts him to make a play, he could have quite the successful career. He won't ever be a natural separator, but I see this guy as a big-time sleeper on day 3. Let's watch some highlights.
Plays with the tempo they play at. Play action, and the pass caught by Wiley in the flat. He gets upended.
And goal from outside the 5. Hoover looking middle, caught right at the goal line.
3rd and a mile. They can still pick up a first down inside the 5. They will dump it off. Room to run. Wiley looking for a second touchdown.
If they didn't go back to it more often here in the second half.
Morris again looking in zone. Caught, touchdown.
Richardson and Bailey in the backfield. Morris to the end zone. Touchdown!
Slinging. There's Wiley again. First down. And into Texas Tech. Morris drops it off. finds his big tight end, Jared Wiley.
The goal. Sanders. This is the tight end, Wiley.
Penn State's Theo Johnson is an intriguing tight end prospect in the 2024 NFL Draft. During the last draft cycle, Brenton Strange was a highly regarded sleeper at the tight end position who ended up going round 2 in the 2023 NFL Draft to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Theo Johnson, Strange's successor at Penn State, could follow a similar trajectory with his tools. Let's talk about strengths. Johnson is yet another Nittany Lion tight end prospect with tree trunks for legs. He plays strong on every play, fighting for every yard and victory he can manage. He's also got great hands. He can pluck the ball with ease outside of his frame, and his drop right is always low. Johnson is also relentless on difficult catches. There are several plays littered across his career where he dives, leaps, and attacks with the ball in his hand. He's always looking to finish hard, even if he isn't in position to score or make a huge play. And then we get to weaknesses. Don't expect Theo Johnson to get yards after the catch. He lacks smooth route running ability or agility, which shows up glaringly in his tackle evading numbers. Johnson forces a missed tackle less than 10% of the time, which is more aligned with undrafted free agent talent than compared to his earlier round competition. He also needs to develop better technique when it comes to blocking. Johnson relies on his play strength way too much in blocking without great technique. He is a willing blocker, but it simply isn't there yet. In summary, Theo Johnson is still developing as a route runner, and focus drops can be an issue at times, but at 6'6" and 250 pounds, Theo Johnson is a rare athlete with open field speed, explosiveness, agility, and an impressive contact balance in space. He has the upside to be a dynamic weapon. Right now, I have a day 3 grade on Theo Johnson with some very intriguing upside. Let's watch some highlights.
The throw on third down. End zone open, touchdown. Theo Johnson reels it in.
He waggles the pocket, lofts it toward the end zone for his tight end. Caught! Touchdown! A lot of time to throw, a lot of room. Going. Here's a chance for Theo Johnson in the flat. Up he goes and in he goes.
Camp Randall and Beaver Stadium. Play fake. And this pass is caught inside the 20.
Second for Clifford. Got it again. The tight end, Theo Johnson.
Sideline momentarily. Backwards. Backwards double pass. Oh, he's got it. And he's got
Blitz, third interception for Penn State in the second half. And an easy flip. First down of the night. Clifford, wide open and complete to Theo Johnson.
All right, guys, those are our top 10 tight ends in the 2024 NFL Draft. Do you agree or disagree with my rankings? Let me know down in that comment section below. For everything draft, lock it down to Edge of Philly Sports. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Stay awesome.